tank, but his moves are just not super great. So the thing about magic in this game is that I'm at level cap, which is level 70, but I only have 97 MP. So you have to... My materia loadout right now is Fire and Ice materia with MP Absorb. And MP Absorb is the thing that makes magic possible. And in Part 2, they buffed MP Absorb materia, so if you max it out, it's 0.3% of damage absorb MP. So, like, if you do, like, a 4 MP, like, Fire Cast, and it does 2,000 damage, you're getting 6 MP back. So that's why magic is impossible. So if they had it, like, in the first game where it's only 0.1%, like, I don't even know what I would do. The game would be impossible. So that's why magic goes from, like, I almost wanted to say it was, like, useless, except for, like, support magic and heal magic when you're playing the game naturally. But once you get MP absorbed, then magic becomes the best. But you don't get MP absorb magic until Nibelheim, which is, like, the game's almost over.
Wow.
So I feel as if they intentionally were like, okay, we know magic's really good, so we're gonna, like, really nerf it. But then once you start hard mode, it's like, okay, here it is.
Me, IRL.
I love Cowboy Tifa.
She's just like, that was my cowboy phase. Back when I had my dad, known as Tifa's dad. Wait, how did you do that? If you already assessed something, how did you...
You just hit the middle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if you already assess something, it'll tell you?
Yep.
Oh, man. Because when I'm going through, like, the Junon place, I keep forgetting if I've assessed something, so that's actually very helpful. Does it make any sense?
Did you say chill?
Yep. Does it make any sense, or does it make perfect sense that winged things are weak to arrow?
Yeah, you figure it would be, like, weak to lightning.
Right.
But
so,
I guess it just messes up their flying.
They're flying, right. Because I'm thinking, like, they literally fly. Why would it matter? But I guess it could be like, no, it messes up their wings or something.
I mean, I think they wanted to make it arrow because, you know, lightning magic is mostly for, like, mechs. So they just wanted to diversify the magic a little bit.
Have you ever seen, like a bird in, like, a tornado? They're not doing too good.
I guess that's true.
That's the way I think of it. I also don't expect you to have ever seen that kind of thing.
I mean, I
have
constantly.
I have not either. I just imagine that they're not doing it.
You don't just go to tornadoes and,
No, I'm not one of those storm chasers.
all the tornadoes we get in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania.
Shall we pick up the pace?
I mean, we get them once in a while, but
We
it's not,
had
not
a
often.
couple funnels
Might not be so lucky next time.
partially appear.
How about I go on
Maybe a
ahead and get away
touchdown
from
one
you
every
guys?
couple years.
I'll be
Touchdown! Hut, hut, hut,
You
hut, hut,
stupid
hut.
Cool.
cloud.
See you at the
Such
reactor.
a dweeb. What a nerd.
He is a nerd. Cloud moves too slow. I'm just like,
Wow, look, an encounter.
bring me the chocobo now.
I'm gonna avoid everything
Ooh,
possible.
very clever.
I mean, you're already level capped,
Yeah,
so whatever.
there's just there was no point. And on hard mode, I know I'm just eviscerating everything on one hit, but if one of those things attacked me
Now we're talking.
once, I would take like 3,000 damage.
Okay, so don't let them.
Yeah, what the crap?
Yeah, just don't get hit.
Just don't get hit, bro.
That's that.
Wow, you get a lot of AP and Gil on hard mode.
Yeah, they, one thing that you might want to consider, like, if you want to do, like, all the side quests, is that once you beat the game, it unlocks triple AP even on normal mode. So, if you get, like, tired... Because there's a point where, like, there's, like, 3 back-to-back open world areas. If you get tired of it, you might just want to, like, beat the game and then come back.
Rockslide took out the bridge a while ago.
See,
It's up to you.
Yeah, I know. And that's good advice. I just don't want to play on hard mode.
Yeah.
I'm just not interested. Because I really want to just play it casually and have fun. I don't want it to be like become like a min-max fest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We gotta have one of these sections.
This is the only one that I've seen so far.
It's just crazy how, like,
They do
there's
it,
always one of these.
and it's not like hiding a loading screen anymore. They just are like, it's so ingrained in video games now that they're like, okay, have these siddle parts. Okay, have these walk slowly
Oh, and
over a
they
ledge
just show up
parts.
behind you.
I mean, the reason they did that in the original is because of the PS4 hard drive, but yeah, I have no idea why they did it in this one. But like I said, that's the only one I've seen so far in my gameplay. Maybe there's more later.
They do it to
Yeah,
like
they have a whole time section later. It's a maze where all you're doing is cycling.
Whoa.
They do it sometimes to like show off like how like massive and impressive an area is, and I get that. But there's sometimes, because there's no fail states, like when you have to like balance your way across like a thin path or anything, climbing up a ledge, like it's not like you can fall or there's any danger. You just keep holding the button.
Remember when that was a thing? Like always. Cool. You get to like a plank and you have to walk across it.
I know Ben was just making fun of the animations in this game, but having Cloud's like
His eyes move like
his
that.
eyes move is just like such a good attention to detail.
Yeah, shame they couldn't do that with his hands.
No! Remember this guy?
I don't think I do.
He's definitely in... Oh man, I want to say...
Call me fine. Piece of cake.
I want to say the Midgar area, maybe like Shinra HQ in the original
That
one.
would
Yeah.
make more sense to me.
I guess they just had to show that you're doing something.
I mean, there's really weird enemies in the original game, like the cone guys that make mini versions of themselves and explode.
I mean, the Hell House. There's just a lot of weird.
Hell House, they like knew how ridiculous it was, so
Oh,
that's why
yeah,
they made it
that's
like a specific boss. in
What
the
about
remakes.
the movers in the crater?
Yeah.
Just like little circles.
But like those guys that like that open up halfways and make mini versions of themselves.
Yeah, they're
just,
like those Russian eggs.
Yeah.
There's a name for it.
they're so
Nesting eggs?
they're so weird, but they're awesome. But they just show up in the wild in there, and it's like, really?
Is this your favorite thing to do in
Yeah.
elevators?
I mean, why not?
Yeah, you're right.
If they animate the eyes, you have to watch the eyes.
No, I would move the camera over to his butt.
See, it's lame that you're not doing more Sephiroth stuff right now.
Yeah, Sephiroth's just chilling.
Yeah, because so the thing about the calm flashbacks is that it doesn't make a whole ton of sense, because at that point, Cloud or Zack is supposed to be Soldier First Class. So like, why would he be level 1 and completely worthless coming back here? But at the same time, Sephiroth is supposed to be like way stronger than you. So
Then let me go first.
I don't know.
I guess they could have done like level 20 and level like 70 or
Yeah.
something like that. By the way, what if spoilers, what if Cloud was the other Shinra grunt? Rip the second Shinra grunt. Because I think he even
I don't know about that.
assumedly
That seems
dies in the
unlikely.
original.
That seems unlikely.
Da 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 da.
Tifa, are you okay?
Not really.
That's a good response.
Fair.
Yeah.
Ferris's new thing he says is relatable. To be like relatable.
I like how Sephiroth doesn't. He's not even like crazy at this point. He doesn't even try to save the other guys.
Doesn't he drop on purpose?
He does, but it's not like he's like grabs. He grabs him now, but like she's like being swept away.
Here, grab my sword. That'd be silly, huh? Big cutter.
Speaking of that,
No!
other guy who's not Cloud.
Ah, well. Sorry about that.
Sephiroth just dropped to a river.
which apparently was very shallow.
Yeah. It's...
I mean, Sephiroth is tall, but still.
No, he's.
He's like a foot taller than Cloud, but still, he shouldn't be able to stand on that.
When Tifa and Sephiroth are right next to each other, like, Sephiroth is like a foot and a half taller than Tifa.
He's in Fate's hands now. Do you know the way?
Dude, I just, with how, and I'm not saying this in a bad way, but with how slow this game takes the events of FF7, like being out in the open world, I have no idea how they're going to fit everything into 3 games. I don't know when this game ends. Obviously, I'm still only in Junon. But I'm on chapter, like, 4 out of, like, I don't know, 16 or 17. And I'm like, okay, well, how are they going to fit all the Disc 2 stuff and the huge materia and going into the live stream and all this stuff? I'm like, and maybe it just won't exist. I don't know. That's why I'm curious about it.
I'll tell you a little spoiler. It ends Northern Crater. You get all the way up to there.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Oh.
Sephiroth just joined. I think part 3, I mean, it's going to be longer than this game, but I don't think it's going to be like a ridiculous amount of effort. I think the most amount of effort, because they already did...
You love the yellow?
I sure...
painted it!
Thank God, because otherwise I would just have no damn idea what I'm doing.
I know. I think Ben's making fun of it, but... Or making fun of people that complain about it, but yeah, I hate it. I do hate
Wait,
it.
were you making fun of it? It's just so ghastly, like...
There was a lot of like late Twitter drama around
I
it.
kind of liked it in
I
Resident Evil Biohazard, which I think was the first game that did it. But now it's like, bro, come on.
No, I mean it's fine.
Is there an all materia?
Yeah, it's called Magnify, and it's very specific. There's only 3 in the game.
Oh wow.
And the third one is like ridiculous. You're not gonna get the third one if you don't do hard mode, so you're only gonna have 2.
I will say, if you don't like the yellow paint, there is an easy solution, which is to just be completely colorblind.
Oh, okay.
I'm only partially colorblind, unfortunately.
Well, okay, well then you're not putting enough effort in.
No, like I said, I liked it in Resident Evil Biohazard because it was helpful to know what things you could break to get items. But, like, it's just one of those situations where other devs were like, it works in this game, I'm going to put it in my game. And, I mean, there are a lot of game reviewers who are not good at games for some reason.
Yeah, maybe they're handheld. But I think, yeah, I agree with Spencer, like, the homogenization of game design, that's why this game has Citylene and yellow painted ledges, and, like, a lot of stuff that doesn't make a lot of sense in terms of being fun.
It also has these apparently
immersive.
Apparently Ubisoft does it where you find these towers, and when you find these towers, they give you locations of other things near it, almost like they're like satellite towers.
Yeah, it's Assassin's Creed.
Okay, so they literally take that from Assassin's Creed, and it's fine, but it's also like, I don't want FF7 to have Assassin's Creed stuff in it, please.
I don't think it's quite as bad as Assassin's Creed, but it is, like, a lot of open world design is just, like, they make a big empty map, and then they fill in copy-pasted things later. So it's like, okay, do this radio tower here. Okay, now there's another one over there. And there's 5 more on the map. And that's a lot of open world game design where it's like, okay, here's your Mako Life Spring. Okay, there's another 3 on the map. Go find it. And that's the level design for open world, which is why I personally don't really like.
I don't like open. I will say
stuff
I'm
much.
enjoying myself with this game so far, but I only play it at max 2 hours at a time.
Yeah.
So if I was like playing 6 to 8 hours in a row, it would become extremely tedious, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's a point in this game where you do Corel, then Gungaga, and Corel is like split into 2. It's humongous. It's the biggest in the game.
That's crazy, because Corel is like pretty tiny.
Yeah, they combine Costa del Sol with the Corel area.
Oh, okay.
So like it's like half like Costa del Sol area, then half like huge desert.
We should press on.
And then you do Gungaga like right after that, and then right after that you do Cosmo Canyon, and it's like it's so much.
I can't believe I missed more exposition from Sephiroth.
I know, right? Well, like for the parts I've done so far, Ben, there's the grassland, which is like the area outside of Calm. Then you go into the Mithril Cave, which is much, much more, like, linear. And then you go out to the open world of Junon. So far, it's really nice because it's open world, linear, open world. Yeah. But, like Trevor said, if there's 3 huge open world things in a row, I'm gonna be like, oh my
And they split up Perel, like, obviously you go to, like, Gold Saucer, and there's, like, a big, like, break in the middle, but it's still a lot. It is so much.
And I know it sounds like I'm complaining about, having more gameplay, but sometimes less is more. Like, I could play Assassin's Creed Valhalla if I wanted to, and spend, like, 150 hours completing it, but no. I'm also not gonna do that.
Yeah, I think you have, like, a family or something to, you know...
Even if I was completely single, I wouldn't want to put 150 hours into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Okay, I don't know.
What? It's true.
So, look on the bottom left. That's how many hours I've played in this game. 122. And I still haven't beaten my hard mode playthrough.
Jeepers creepers.
Although I'm pretty close. I only have, like,
and this game
3
came
bosses
out,
left.
Yesterday.
A
Incredible.
little less. I think it's about...
3 weeks ago.
Oh, man. So it's the 24th, but it came out on February 29th. So 25 days. 25 days ago. So that's, what, 5 hours a day? No. How many hours was it?
It was 122. So actually 5 hours a day is about right.
Yeah, about right. How do you explain yourself?
I don't have anything. I don't have friends or anything.
But we're in this room right now.
Yeah, you know, you can always...
Family members...
You can always, you know...
Family members don't count.
Yeah, family members are pity friends. And even then...
He's right, though!
And even then, I ghost Ben for 6 months at a time.
That's right.
I'm just so antisocial.
We're like 2 miles at most away.
Well, also, Brandon lives in Ephrata now. I keep forgetting. I'm always like... telling him about local stuff, and he's like, yeah, I live, like, really close to you now. And I'm like, what? I just always forget.
Yo, it's my boy Zoo!
But I will say, in general, for LPs, we generally do them at, like, kind of weird times anyway, so.
Yeah, this is pretty early, right? I mean, didn't we used to do them at, like...
Generally,
9?
Generally, I like to try to do Saturday or Sunday because we get off of work at 6. But we oftentimes do them in the middle of the week on Wednesday, and that means we don't start till like 8:30.
Yeah, and the days that I'm an old man now, like I go to bed at like 11:30 and wake up at like 6 a.m. So I don't like doing late night LPs anymore.
This old man spiel again.
And it's funny because the actual old person, our dad, like, is the latest person to wake up ever. Like, sometimes I'll be like, hey, can you help us with whatever? And I don't know, we'll have a situation where, can you help get the kids on the bus? And he'll be like, it's kind of early. And I'm like, what? Every person over 65 is like, 8 a.m. Oh, time for lunch. But he's like, oh, I gotta be over there at 9 a.m. Just so weird.
But I like my sleep schedule because having like 3 or 4 hours just to relax before work is nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I've got let's see, how many hours do I relax before work? I believe it's 0. Actually, negative minutes.
Although
do you just wake up and you're at work?
I'm extremely stressed. No, I can't relax.
No. But I mean, you said negative minutes. So do you just sleep at work? So when you wake up, you're already at work.
I catch a few winks. You know, I get to work a little bit, like, you know.
I'm literally texting Morphe right now and
thanks for telling.
What? Come on!
Thanks for doxing me.
Come on.
Is that the company Morphe?
No.
Oh, okay. So.
No. The guy's name. The guy's name is that. That's his first name. It's like Murphy, but I call him that because we're old buds. We're old buds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, this game loves doing this, where you push a really slow thing. Fun mini game.
Why?
Would you like to push this thing into Mako Cloud?
This is not...
This is all I've done of it so far, but maybe it does it more.
I mean, it doesn't do it constantly, but a lot of times, like, even in, like, the final dungeon in the game, you're doing it.
Huh.
What is the point? It is not a puzzle.
To prove that you can press and hold L2.
Also, this game has the Force Adaptive Trigger meme, and I found out way too late that you can turn it off. Because I did, like, my entire first playthrough with it, and I was like, my fingers hurt. This sucks.
Yo, when I played Resident Evil 4 a lot, obviously, and I hated the Force Adaptive whatever, just because, it was actual work to press down the damn button, and I'm like, it's cool, but come on.
So the first game I ever played on PS5 was Resident Evil 8, and they do the adaptive trigger thing. And, like, the first, 5 minutes, I was like, this is awesome. Because, I was shooting the shotgun, it just felt exactly like doing, a shotgun trigger. Not that I actually
Yep, sure.
It seemed like, to me, how it felt. I don't know.
Yeah.
But after, 10 minutes, I was like, wait, this sucks.
It's almost as if shooting a shotgun for 10 minutes sucks.
Well, you know what? Who literally, even if you go to a range, who shoots a shotgun for 10 minutes in a row?
Nobody, because it sucks.
Right. So, why can't a video game
So actually, gamers
be
are the
funner,
toughest
be
people
more
of all
fun
time.
than real life? That's true, though.
Oh, we got, here's the Materia Guardian.
So I don't know if you're going to do any now, but this game has these weird things called synergy abilities, and I gotta be honest, I still don't quite understand them.
Oh, Cloud. You don't feel so good.
So do you know under Cloud's HP where it says 1022, do you see where there's the 2 out of 5 bars that are filled? How do those fill, and what, that's how you do synergy, right?
Yeah, you use ATB charges. That's all you have to do.
Oh, and that fills it up then, okay. Yo, he being pressured. Death. I love how every boss fight in the game is a multi-part thing, by the way. I said that before, but I really love it.
Pretty awesome.
Although I will say, I understand why they made the remake in this one more actiony, but I still prefer the turn-based. I feel more in control.
I personally absolutely love this battle system, but it seems to be a minority opinion because I don't think Big Mike likes it. I don't think you like it.
I'm not saying I don't like it, but I'm saying I prefer...
I mean, turn-based is obviously way easier, but...
That's also true. This definitely takes more skill, but like I said, I feel in general that I have more control when I'm doing ATB. Boom. This is one of those synergy abilities then.
Yep.
So dumb.
Anime my backpack.
Pikachu died.
Every time anything happens. Wait, do you not have Faraga?
I do, but Faraga... So, Aga spells they kind of nerf in this game. You see it takes 2 ATB charges.
Oh, I see.
And the thing is that Aga spells do a lot of damage, and if I'm not wearing the Genji glove, which breaks the 9999 damage limit, it's not worth doing, because
Because you just did 9999 with Fyra.
Yeah, I'll just do, yeah. Exactly.
So you can break 4 digits with an accessory.
Yeah, it's called the Genji glove. It's actually exactly like Crisis Core. Yeah, there's 2 items in Crisis Core that let you break the damage limit, and it's Genji Glove and the Divine Slayer, which you don't get the Divine Slayer until you literally beat the hardest boss super boss in the game.
Such a puppy.
I love that. I love when you get something cool for beating the hardest boss in the game. Because, like, who are you gonna use it on then?
Thanks.
I would literally rather get just, like, a trophy. Not, like, a PlayStation trophy, but, like, an actual trophy thing. Just to show that you beat it.
Oh, hold on. You need to get hit by this for the blue magic.
Yes, this.
That's like something very important in like the speedrun for the OG FF7, isn't it? Like trying.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I can't tell you how many, because like I watch like Caleb Hart and stuff play it once in a while, and I can't tell you how many runs end at Materia Keeper because he needs to use Trine. Or no, you need to use Trine on him. And the way it's set up is you need to do it very specifically so you get lucky 7s. It's, like, really crazy. I don't recommend speedrunning a 7-hour RPG. Unless it's your actual job and you get, like, a bunch of money for doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I was thinking about doing it.
Like, people love it when he streams it, but it's like, I would never speedrun a damn
When people, like, mained, like, Kate Sith slots, like, speedruns, like, man, talk about the most boring thing in the world. It's literally 7 hours of mashing X, which they don't let you use turbo controllers. You have to manually mash it. And then when you get to a boss fight, all you have to do is execute Kate Sith slots one time. Which is hard. Don't get me wrong, it's hard. But, like, the most boring speedrun ever.
Yeah, I can't imagine speedrunning a game where, like, 60% of the game is just going through text and stuff.
But yeah, talking about the Genji Glove again, Eris is the best DPS in the game by a lot. Because if you use, like, Faraga on, like, a weak, elemental weak enemy, and they're on stagger, you might do, like, 40,000 damage.
Wow.
Just make sure you unequip her when you get to, like, the end of disc 2. You don't want to lose the Genji.
The funny thing is that this game literally does come with 2 discs, but one is just an install disc.
Way. I want to go too. Please.
Sorry, no civilians.
I'm curious if we ever get to the point, I think I said this to Trevor the other day, but there's a lot of games now that are 2 disc, but it's like one is literally just an install disc. If we ever get to the point where it actually needs 2 discs, not just an install, and I just cannot imagine it.
I don't think anyone would, like, accept it anymore, because it would mean that the physical copy of a game would be, like, objectively worse experience, because you could just get it digitally and have the full thing on, like, a hard drive.
That's true.
So I don't think anyone...
Unless the digital one was, like, 300 gigabytes or something.
That
But-
security guard's face looked familiar.
I think the big problem is that, Blu-rays read way slower than an SSD. So, like, Blu-ray, like, optimization in terms of, like, data compression is, like, really, like, Blu-rays, like, Ultra HD Blu-rays, like, hold, like, 4 times the data than the regular, like, original Blu-ray. But the read-write times are, like, worse than the DVDs still.
Interesting.
So I don't think they could ever, like, run a game off a disc again.
Oh, he's actually he's speaking of it a lot. I believe Sephiroth just told him not to.
Yeah, the only thing kind of saving it is that SSDs are still relatively expensive, especially if you're Microsoft and you charge $180 for a proprietary 1 terabyte SSD for your Xbox Series X.
Yeah, and even NVMe SSDs, which are, like, the fastest SSDs now, like 1 terabyte for 180 is a horrible deal. It's just because it's proprietary.
That's one of those things I always feel so bad because we sell them used for like. I tell people like I can't sell this used for like 160. Like no one's ever gonna buy it.
Yeah.
So we sell it used for like 125 or something, because anything more just feels like highway robbery to me. Like, I get that SSD's more, I understand, but almost $200. Holy crap.
Yeah.
They also sell, Microsoft sells a proprietary, like, 4 terabyte one, which is, like, well over $300, and it's like,
What are those things?
okay.
And it's just crazy because
enjoy.
it's literally, you can only use it with the Xbox. That's it.
Right.
Like, the PS5 has an NVMe SSD extra slot if you take off one of the panels, and as long as you get, like, a compatible thing that's fast enough, you can just install it. But I guess Microsoft didn't want to do that.
Nope. Leave me. Mother! Get it? It's like Liquid Snake saying brother.
Man, I was kind of hoping we'd get to the Midgar Zalm today, but no way. Just no way. We're gonna barely be able to finish the Calm Flashback.
We'll just invite Ben back next time so we can see how they changed the Zalem.
I'm thinking about doing, like, midweek LPs. We can do, like, Rock Band, and then maybe, like, weekend LPs we can do FF7. So
that
it's, like, back
definitely
and forth.
gives me time to actually beat the game. Because I'm a bit worried about,
Yeah. And I want to keep playing Rock Band, so I think doing it every other LP session would be good.
That seems fair.
It's compelling gameplay.
Yeah. I think the point of this is just to leave Sephiroth in the Genova chamber
Yes.
for like a minute, so he can just like lose his mind.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
But it is compelling gameplay.
I will say, to be fair to Sephiroth, if I found out all the stuff that Hojo did, like, to me, I would also probably lose my mind, to be honest.
What are you doing?
Huh.
These pods were built for the production of artificial materia. But Hojo repurposed them as incubators. Cages for animals.
Yo, being a kid is thinking that Sephiroth is the big bad guy. Being adult is knowing that Hojo is the big bad guy. I never thought about that. I was just like, Hojo, bad scientist that you fight. I was always like, he's the second to final boss, so he's like the second guy. I'm like, no. It doesn't matter that Sephiroth lasts longer. Hojo's definitely the main bad guy.
And Hojo is irredeemably evil. And actually, people kind of overlook this, but Lucretia, Sephiroth's mother, is also, like, not a good person at all.
I forget what, because you see her in the cave, but what does she... Did she just get... Wait, she allowed the Genova cells to be injected into her, or did she get
because
by Hojo?
she basically was, like, she revered Hojo, but she's also, like, a scientist that wants to, like, push the bounds of humanity just as much as Hojo does. So she allowed, like, Hojo impregnates her and then allows the Genova cells to be inoculated with, like, her unborn child. It's, like, so hardcore.
Right.
Is this a spoiler-free game?
This is a remake.
We're talking about spoilers of the original game.
Yes.
I'm not going to talk about spoilers of this game.
I know it's stupid for me not to want spoilers for a remake of a game, but the first game changed so much stuff that I just know they're going to change some stuff. And in fact, I'm happy for it, because if I wanted to see like a one-to-one remake, I would just play the original game, personally.